What is up, guys? We're out here in beautiful sunny weather. We're about to do something. Let me explain what happened. In here is a fuel pump, the high pressure fuel pump, the one that's at the top of the engine head. Now, there's a little brass fitting, which I'll insert a picture of what it looks like and what I did to it, and now I have to replace it. Now, I would say keep these things around just in case because they're not expensive. I think anything under 20 bucks, or at under 20 bucks at least, parts wise, you keep around. This thing's only $15, so it's not bad. Time to clean up this crusty boy because, hold on, give me a second. As I was saying, this brass fitting broken. As you can see, right there, little scratches. I had to take it out by force. Now, because it was dust everywhere, now you can see it under every tip. Yeah, I don't even see it, but there's dust on it. Clean it out with brake cleaner. Be careful with that O-ring because it's rubber, so I'm gonna try to take it off and pop in the new brassy boy. These things are made of brass, so these are easy to strip. Oh no, hold up, guys. Alright, I almost shit in my pants because I thought the brass fitting did not fit in the thing, but it does. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. So I'm just fitting and make sure it fits. Yeah, it fits. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, guys. So you see a little dust there. You see the little golden dust. That's the brass. Same thing on there. So I'm gonna remove the O-ring and brake clean it inside where this goes and down here. Now you want to lubricate this a little bit when you're putting it back. And this is gonna take me to the segment of what you should look out for when working on cars, not only on brass fittings or fittings, but on hoses, electrical connections, and so much more. So let me get this cleaned up and we'll talk more in a few. Alright, fully cleaned. I wouldn't go too much into drying anything out or anything like that. The brake clean alone, I removed the rubber ring just so it doesn't get fucked up, but you won't have to dry it off. It'll dry off pretty quickly. You know, you leave it in the sun for like a minute or two. Put this back on. I'm just gonna apply just not even a dab, but just like a little tiny thing so it doesn't seize up, because it has, I don't know if you can see, but it has like very, very fine threads, and it didn't cross thread, so that's a good thing about it. But I still would be careful with that. I am gonna lube it up somehow. I do have oil sealing with this cam follower. Now, looking at my previous cam follower that's in the car right now, I don't know if I want to replace it now and save this for when I do the oil change, because the cam follower seems very little to no wear. Other than that, but yeah, I'm gonna oil up this index right here. Put this back on. You know, oil this up, and I'll show you the cam follower on the other one. It's you've seen it, but I'm gonna get it, I guess, lubed up again. And I think I'm gonna save this for some other time. All right then. We'll give me 1 second. All right, guys. Like I said, I lubricated this little index over here with a little bit of oil. I did push it a little bit down, up and down a few times, just to get the oil situated in that little piston there. Put the fitting on, did it hand tight, and I'm gonna hit it with a little bit of the wrench, and that's it. Don't forget the O-ring, because you might leak everywhere. So Alright, to make my life easier, I'm gonna go with these worm locks, worm something worm. And we're gonna replace these because these are fucking horrible. I mean, they look nasty, they're corroded, they're stiff, they don't even slide on well. And honestly, perfect fit. So I'm gonna get that in there. So if you have them, use them. Alright guys, everything's put back together well and nice and tight. These are on hand tight. Not too much, not too hard. We don't want to strip the head. We don't want to strip the threads inside the block. Alright, that's good. Alright, that's good. So it seems everything seems alright. We're not gonna, like I said, just dab a little bit of anti-seize in it. Just a little bit. Just made a little nice coat film like I did. Put it in by hand. Alright, that's in now. And take a 13 and just. Alright. That's tight. That's it. That's all you need. Finger tight. There you go. You need to go crazy like I did. That's it. Finger tight. Plug the hose back in, plug the connectors. We're gonna turn it on and see what's up. Alright guys, so before you do a cam follow, this is what I forgot to do on the other video. So if you were watching this video, sorry, but I'll make a note on it too. Anyways, when you change the cam follower or check your cam follower, your cam follower pump and everything, whatever, you always want to turn on the car at least 5 times. Not all, like without the clutch in, or if you have an automatic, do not go full on, just on to the point that, like that. Let the gauge swipe up, and the fuel pump is done. Turn it off, and then wait 1 second. Turn it back on, and do it again. You want to cycle through this a few times just to prime the pump and everything. And what else? Yeah, you pretty much prime the pump and not start up dry. Also, it's a good indication too when you start up the car that there's no fuel leak. So that's what I'm gonna check on right now, see if there's no leaks. So give me 1 second. So I don't see and I don't smell any fuel leaks. Hopefully the sun is not blinding you guys. But yeah, so again, turn on, turn on, turn off, turn on. Again, you want to cycle through these things just to make sure that the fuel pump is primed. That way the car doesn't have a rough start to it. That's pretty much it. So that's the one thing you guys don't want. Guys, don't be a dumbass. I had this unplugged and I had this unplugged. And I'm like, why does it have like a vacuum leak or misfiring in? There you go. Clean out your bay too, by the way. Check your lines, guys. Happens to the best of us. Now. I'm not gonna lie, I almost shit in my fucking pants, by the way. Alright, what's up guys? So I'm gonna keep this nice and short after you saw me fix the brass fitting on the high pressure fuel pump. Looking on any car pretty much, even older cars, as they tend to get even a lot older, stuff becomes brittle inside the engine bay, you know, not just body parts, dash, also in the engine. It's very popular, very common that, especially some European cars, they use a lot of plastic for their hosing, for connectors, and of course, amongst other things, hard lines, hard plastic hosing, and some hoses that are meant to be flexible are just old and brittle, or they've been replaced with something a lot less quality, and now it's falling apart. Always check when making any modification or install or just simply getting stuff out the way. Be very conscious of how you approach these when you approach the engine bay, especially in an older car. You know, again, these heat cycles of plastic on and off, cool down, you know, hot, super hot summers, super cold winters, the stuff becomes brittle, you know, and it's going to take a toll on the car itself. So always try to be very careful and pay very close attention to what you're doing. Make sure you're not just ripping stuff off, because again, you could break very delicate connectors. This is the second time something like this has happened to me. I will insert footage of me going through the engine bay. As you can see, there's some connectors are broken. I'm trying to replace them. I one time broke the brake line boost cylinder hosing that goes into the brake booster. Again, guys, be very careful, be very mindful of the fittings, and don't try to just makeshift a fitting or a hose or something, because again, manufacturers put certain things for a reason. Okay guys, don't just be plugging in like a steel bolt or nut if it requires a brass fitting, just like you saw there. That could easily have been patched up with any kind of, like, I guess, bolt that fit to have the same thread and everything, but for a reason. Again, brass is less corrosive and it resists against such chemicals as gasoline over time than regular steel or zinc plated stuff, you know. Again, I'm not a complete scientist, but then again, manufacturers put stuff for a reason. They're not just there, they're there for a purpose. All right, guys, they're not just there for the inconvenience. Again, if small stuff like that you can keep around for 10-15 bucks, and you could, you know, get before even doing the swap, you're saving yourself a bunch of time. You're saving yourself a stuck car somewhere, and, you know, again, it can save you the pinch. Keeping something like that around, I probably order like 1 or 2 more just to keep around. I know I'm not always gonna need it, but you might never know. Again, you know, shit can happen, as you can see. But other than that, it's the car runs pretty well. Everything's fine. I was able to again, this goes into what I was going to talk about, the harness. If you saw my Instagram post, if you don't follow me on Instagram, follow that. I'll put it up on the screen. And pretty much I was talking about how you can get really cheap harnesses from any part of Volkswagen or Audi car. The reason being is the fact that a lot of the harness throughout the car uses the same amount of uses the same clips. But be very careful. Even though 2-prong are 2 different sizes, even though there are 2-prong clips or connectors. Now, again, you can go to a salvage yard and pick one up. The harness I used was from a bumper off an Audi A5, I believe. And again, I used some of the clips. Some of the clips are the ones I needed. Some of the clips are not the ones I needed. But hey, shit happens. You learn from your mistakes. But that, I'm telling you that right now, if you have a size of clip, especially the 2-prong, bring it with you. Compare it. See if it's the same one you need. All right, guys. And then again, you can go to any salvage yard and say, hey, I need a harness from a bumper, and they'll probably even give it to you sometimes for free. The guy gave it to me almost next to nothing, 25 bucks for the harness. And there's a lot of wire, there's a lot of connectors, so it was a bargain, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was from a broken bumper too. So some of the clips, 2 clips were broken, the other ones were completely fine, and I'm gonna end up using them too, like I said. So do your research, guys. All right, do your research. But hopefully whoever's going through their car right now can find this, especially on a Mark 5 or any car in general. Alright guys, see you guys on the next one. Maybe put up another video this weekend, not sure yet. Alright guys, take it easy.
Shoot. I got a void that needs filling and some time to kill. Why don't you meet me at Qdoba and I'll cover the bill? Cause you know I'm good at spending money I don't have. And if someone's throw me olive branches I don't grab. Put the water in the pot and boil all of it out. What's the point of living if I don't contribute to drought? Go ahead, leave me at the bottom and I'll float to